So let me explain the first chapter in second PUC, that is reproduction in organisms. It is closely related to the morphology of flowering plants, that is the fifth chapter of the first PUC, wherein I explained about the Liliaceae, Fabaceae, Solanaceae, and the roots modifications, stem modifications, flowers, inflorescence, and a different explanation about the flowers or leaves, families, etc. that you have studied in the fifth chapter, that is the morphology of flowering plants. A continuation of this one is the first chapter, that is reproduction in organisms. So there are two types of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is no fusion of gametes, whereas in sexual reproduction, there is fusion of gametes. So asexual reproduction is of different types. For example, binary fission is asexual reproduction or cell division. Binary fusion takes place in case of a few monera and protista organisms. Monera, it includes prokaryotic organisms such as archaeobacteria, true bacteria, chemosynthetic bacteria, cyanobacteria, mycoplasma, pluripotent-like organisms. These are all the monera. This comes under monera, and unicellular organisms comes under protista like amoeba, etc. So here the asexual reproduction takes place by binary fission. The nucleus undergoes division. Meanwhile, the cytoplasm also undergoes division, resulting in the formation of two daughter cells. Here, some organisms said to be immortal. That means in binary fission, half of the portion of the parental body is retained. Hence, they are said to be immortal. And asexual reproduction in most of the algae and few fungi members takes place because of the zoospores production. And asexual reproduction in sponges by producing gemmules and penicillium, that is conidia, not budding, in penicillium, that is conidia formation, and budding in the yeast as well as in hydra can be seen, and sponges reproduces by gemmules. And the offsprings produced during asexual reproduction, they are morphologically and genetically similar, called clones. And some asexual reproducing plants, they produce special structures for their asexual reproduction called vegetative propagules. Vegetative propagules, say for example, that what we have studied in fifth chapter, that is morphology of flowering plants. Here same thing, some of the vegetative propagules in the plant body are the bulb, that is underground modified stem, that is onion, and underground modified stem, that is tuber, potato, Solanum tuberosum, Solanaceae family, and Allium cepa, that is the Liliaceae family. Underground modified into rhizome in case of the ginger and turmeric, and carb in case of zameen kand. That is very important for the NEET examination. Sometimes they will give you for match the following, etc. Bulb, onion, tuber, potato, rhizome, ginger, turmeric, carb, amorphophallus, or the zameen kand, Kalchika male, member of Liliaceae. They are the examples. They are called vegetative propagules. And there are monocarpic plants and the polycarpic plants. Monocarpic plant produces blooms, flowers only once in their lifetime. For example, in the period of 50 to 100 years lifespan, bamboo produces flowers only once in its lifetime, that is monocarpic plant. Similarly, the Strobilanthus kuntiana, that plant also produces flowers only once in 12 years. Strobilanthus canthiana that produces flowers once in 12 years. So the next flowering for that one comes in the 2030. The last flowering in 2018, and the next flowering will be for Strobilanthus kunthiana, that is in the year 2030, which is a monocarpic plant. Polycarpic plant produces flowers many times in their lifetime. And the lifespan of the bamboo, that means in case of monocarpic plants, lifespan is 50 to 100 years bamboo. Once the flowering is over, that will die. And similarly for Strobilanthus kunthiana, that is also lifespan is only 12 years. Lifespan is also very important for your NEET examination. They will ask you any question line by line. We have to read for the NEET examination. That is very important. Lifespan is only 15 days to 1 month in case of Drosophila melanogaster, 4 months in case of the rice plant, and 10 years in case of the rose plant, 15 years crow, banana, dog, cow, 25 years, and 50 years for horse, 60 years crocodile, 75 years elephant, 140 years parrot, about 150 years for tortoise, and more than 200 years for the banyan tree. That is the lifespan. A gap between the life and death. Lifespans also you have to study like this. And this is about the asexual reproduction. And in case of the bryophyllum, the adventitious buds are formed along the margin of the leaves. That is in case of bryophyllum. That is also a mode of asexual reproduction. And there are certain plants, like for example Eichhornia and Pistia. They are offset examples. Eichhornia is called terror of Bengal. It is a scourge invasive weed. Scourge means whip-like, invasive weed, fast spreading weed. So this drains oxygen and kills the fishes, hence called terror of Bengal. And it is not indigenous plant. It has been imported from the other countries because of its beautiful mauve colored flowers and the beautiful shape of the leaves. That is about Eichhornia, commonly called water hyacinth. Sexual reproduction is elaborate, slow, complex process. During sexual reproduction, gamete formation takes place and fusion of gametes also takes place. If it takes place inside the body, it is called internal fertilization. Takes place in animals such as the reptiles, aves, mammals. In majority of the plants also there is internal fertilization. In an external fertilization, fusion of gametes takes place outside the body. For example, certain frogs, certain fishes, and in case of plants, algae, members of algae, there we can observe external fertilization. This point is also to be noted for your NEET examination. Algae will have external fertilization. And in sexually reproducing organs, there are two cycles: estrous cycle and menstrual cycle. Estrous cycle. In estrous cycle, no blood loss. And in estrous cycle, example, sheep, dog, tiger, etc. These organisms have estrous cycle. Menstrual cycle, there is blood loss, and menstrual cycle, it takes place under the influence of different hormones. Example, this takes place in primates such as ape, man, monkey, loris. Ape, man, monkey, loris. And in sexual reproduction, and there is vegetative stage and the reproductive stage in plants. In animals, it is a juvenile stage and a matured stage. During the matured stage, gametes are produced from the gametocytes. Gametocytes are also called gamete mother cells. Gamete mother cells. Gamete mother cells are diploid, that is denoted by 2N. So you have to study this in detail. Also about what are all the plants given, what are all the organisms given. So you have to read that meiocytes, that is the number of chromosomes in the meiocytes, that is the gamete mother cells which undergo meiosis to give gametes, and for which one code word I will give you: HRDCF BOORMAP. Once again I will repeat: H square R D HRD C and then the HRD C F BOORMAP. That means H square means, in case of human beings, Homo sapiens, 2N equals 46, and housefly 2N equals 12, and dog it is HR, that is rat 2N equals 42, and dog it is 2N equals 78, cat 2N equals 38, fruit fly 2N equals 8, and coming to the butterfly 2N equals 380, and onion 2N equals 16, Ophioglasm 2N equals 1260, rice 2N equals 24, maize 2N equals 20, apple 2N equals 34, potato 2N equals 38. So likewise you have to study. They may ask you the n number of chromosomes. So n number of chromosomes, exactly half of this, and then later after the formation of gametes, fusion of gametes takes place. So fertilization inside the body, internal fertilization as I told you earlier, and there is external fertilization. About the fertilization in detail we will study in the next aspect, that is the sexual reproduction in plants. So that's all in this chapter. Very simple chapter. You can study very easily and get prepared for the NEET. So you are expected to read the lifespan as well as the meiocytes also. Thank you.